Hello everybody, welcome back. My name is EonShiKeno. I'm going to cast another game today, one more from QXC's replay pack. So we got ROOTqxc, our Balloon Terror player, versus TT1, our Red Protoss player. And today I got with me once again, Time Lord.
Time Lord, hello.
Yep,
how you
up?
Pretty good.
Good. So we're on Steps of War here, and TT1 was actually picked random this game, but he ended up getting Protoss, which is nice for us because that is his main race. So he'll be playing his main race versus QXC's main race, so hopefully he'll have a good game here. QXC sending out a SCV, gonna do some scouting. Hey bro, when are you gonna go to GSL, bro? You know what that's about?
No, I think it's just QXC trying to be funny.
Oh, okay. It'd be nice to see more foreigners in GSL. And TT1 raffling while you keep eating people.
Yeah, this is QXC. He streams all the time, and this is like their second game versus each other. And he went random both times. TT1 did, and both times now he's gotten Protoss his main race, which is pretty funny.
Yeah, and he's hoping for Z, and QXC was also hoping for Zerg. I guess QXC enjoys fighting Zerg, but TT1 gonna make a Zealot and Chrono Boost that Zealot out, and he's actually gonna send that all the way to his opponent's base, which I find to be a very good move on this map, because just Chrono Boost Zealot gets out so fast, and you can just basically run up there, run past the Marines, and just start killing SCVs.
Yeah, doing this does delay his cybernetics core quite a bit actually. So hopefully he can take out, even if he takes out 2, 3, 1 maybe, SCV, it's definitely worth it.
Or even a mule if he gets lucky. Gets that nice juicy mule. And how many hits does it take for a Zealot to kill a
3?
3? Yeah, that's what I thought, 3. So QXC trying to get a wall in here, even making a bunker, so he's going to start microing around. And he did a really nice wall off to make that Zealot have to run as long as possible to have to get around to get those SCVs. And he's going to get one. He gets one, but nope, he dies. So that actually wasn't worth it, I don't think. Well,
nope.
Man, I don't know. He's up to 20 versus 15 Harvesters, so...
Yeah, and as you can see, doing that, QXC has 2 idle SCVs right where that happened. And,
and he's also scouting with another SCV, so he's really only mining with like 15.
Yeah, so, yeah, that did hurt him.
Probably. And so we got the Warp Gate research coming, 2 Zealots chasing around 1 SCV, and he's going to make a Stalker, and TT1's putting up a proxy pylon a little bit right outside the front of his, or near the front of his base. And QXC making a bunker, I guess, scared of more Zealots. So Stim Pack being researched, Reactor going up, 2 barracks. Pretty standard play for Terran. Pretty safe opening, go 2 barracks.
Yep, and it looks like TT1 is going with a 1-gate robo build, which is pretty uncommon on this Steps of War.
Yeah, this is a pretty small map, so that is definitely... I mean, he did make a bunch of units first. He made a couple Zealots out, and then he made a robo. So I think he should be safe for any type of aggression, especially if he can get an Immortal out pretty soon. But I think it was a delayed robo, so it was a little bit safer. And we got an attack coming up the top of the ramp here, but there's a bunker, so TT1 is going to be forced to fall back. Just taking a couple shots in the face and feeling, nah, he's not down for that.
Yeah.
Factory going up for QXC along with that second refinery. Finally getting that second refinery. He's going to have to drop that supply depot, of course, to get in there and get that gas. And another gateway and a robotics bay going up. So he's going for a 1-base robotics. I guess he's going to go for a Colossus play on this map.
Yeah, that's a really quick Colossus. So
yeah, this is definitely an interesting build from TT1. 1-base Colossus I don't think is too strong. I've actually seen Huck do it once or twice on his stream on Lost Temple against Terran players, so I guess it works sometimes, but I don't know, I just don't dig it.
Yeah, the reason why is on this map, a lot of people like to get a lot of units quick because of the short distance. You can't really not have a lot of units on this map, so going Colossus, you know, he's not going to have the same amount of units as QXC is going to have, so... There is a timing window where QXC can push when he doesn't have a Colossus, so that's kind of a... What's it called?
Timing push?
Yeah.
That's the key. I mean...
That's the key, the timing. He has to... Can't have that Colossus get too many gateway units out in front.
Because he is spending so much money on, or so much gas on that Robotics Bay and Colossus, it is forcing him to get a bunch of Zealots, which will easily hold off Marine Marauder for a little bit at least. But if he loses those Zealots and that Colossus comes out and it's going to be a naked Colossus, those are about as worthless as... I'm trying to think of something that's worthless. I'm lost.
I don't know too much.
Okay, so the Colossus is out. The range upgrade is not done yet. And we actually, we got an expansion going for both players right now and a Raven being built. And TT1, is he actually going to go attack or is he just holding position here? He might just stay up here at the ramp at this choke point.
Yeah, this is definitely a weird strategy from TT1. Getting that quick Colossus and then getting an expansion. It's just...
and he's got that Observer hanging above his army. I'm not sure why he hasn't sent that ahead to do some scouting. But here we go. Looks like we got an attack from TT1, and this Thermal Lance isn't even finished, but QXC's got the bunkers up, and he's got that Raven coming out. The Raven won't be able to help too much. And if he's going to attack, this is going to be pretty surprising. I'd be surprised if TT1 attacks into this fortified position.
No, there's no way he's going to. He doesn't have any sentries, so there's no way. I think he's just trying to make sure he doesn't have an expansion, and he does see no expansion, so he's just heading back to secure his own expansion, that's what he's doing. So
yeah, I'm kind of confused what he's doing with that Observer. Is he afraid of like Banshees or something? If that's why he's
that's my guess. He doesn't see an expansion, so
he's afraid of tech.
That's what I'm thinking.
So we have more barracks popping up. We got 4 barracks in QXC's base. I think that's a factory and a starport. Gonna make some Vikings to deal with those pesky Colossi.
Yep, he does know there's Colossus out on the field, so...
Did he actually scout? Did he scout that?
He scanned the main and saw Colossus.
Okay, yeah, there we go. There he is.
So it looks like the second Colossus and the range is going to be done at the same time. He might go out for a push right here.
And the Raven is coming out, and he needs to watch that Raven. Those things aren't too strong, and actually... this is going to hold off QXC's expansion, so I don't know if TT1 is just looking for this expansion, just going to wait for the expansion to land, go and try and take it out. But it's definitely delaying QXC's expansion at the same time. TT1 is mining from his very well, and we can see that impact in the economy. He's got 41 harvesters with 38, 1,300 versus 800 income, so this delaying of that expansion is very nice. Now,
yeah, I think he can push now, and with those 2 Colossus with range, he can harass big time, and that's what he's doing right now.
So you have the fight coming out, point of the stone being dropped, and the Colossus in the back, Stalkers and Zealots up front taking the damage. Those Vikings focusing down, trying to kill off those Colossi. Tank in the back doesn't have Siege, pulling out the SCVs, and this is a pretty close fight actually. SCVs are just holding position, they're not attacking. Now they're attacking, they're going to finally know that the Colossus is going to run away. But is that Siege Tank going to die? No repair going down on the Siege Tank. And wow, he actually, yeah, he did lose that Viking. He did lose that Colossi to that Viking. And throwing down a bunker. And it looks like it's 1 Viking and a couple SCVs. Actually, a lot of SCVs versus that 1 Zealot. And it looks like TT1 is going to pull back. So...
yeah, that 1 Viking took that Colossus from full health to dead. And TT1 did not focus at all. And that's a key. That could be key later on.
Yeah, keeping Colossus alive is very important, keeping just that critical number of your high-tech units alive. And, I mean, that was a pretty close fight. I was surprised it was that close, but maybe if QXC would have pulled those SCVs a little bit sooner, he could have done a little bit better. But I guess he thought he was safe without him.
Yeah, he was probably hoping his point defense strode would do a little bit more, help him a little bit more, but it didn't. It did help him, but not that much. Yeah,
I mean, he had quite a few Zealots up front. And those took up so much damage from Marauders and Marines. And those Colossi were, of course, in the back, and they were really hard to hit. But he did have 3 Vikings out, which were a decent enough amount to deal with those Vikings. So it's a very even fight, and they basically just butted heads and fell back to square one now for both players. They're just kind of just chilling out. Both players got their expansion up and going. Got 4 mules down there at QXC's base. And he's got those bunkers up, building a little supply depot scout. Very Warcraft 3-ish. With those, and we actually got a drop on the right side. QXC with 4 Marauders. He's going to maybe try and snipe the Robotics Bay. I don't think TT1 sees this, but he's going to see it now. And that Robotics Bay looks like it's going to drop stemmed Marauders, and they're going to take it out. It's going to be very close. Marauder, Colossus showing up and warping in a bunch of Stalkers. He's going to get this. It's going to be so close. There it goes. He drops. He's going to have to pick him up. and that medevac is going to have to hightail it to get out of there. He's actually dropping those Marauders again to deal with that, and I'm not sure why he went and dropped him again, but he did manage to kill that Stalker. He's going to get out of there just fine. He's redropping them once again, and then just kind of flying away. Only lost one Marauder. Looks like the medevac is on his way home.
Yeah, that was a pretty effective drop, I do gotta say.
Yeah, one Marauder for a Stalker in a robotics bay. That was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So we got Zealot leg speed being researched, attack weapons level 1 for TT1, and he's gonna have to start making Immortals, which isn't gonna be too bad. I mean, TT1 is going, or actually QXC is going for a lot of Marauders and Vikings. So Immortals may have been a smart switch anyway for TT1.
Yeah, it could be. TT1 is also getting his third up, so if he gets that going, that could be pretty good for him.
Yeah, I mean, we don't see many Marines for QXC, and Marines are definitely what you want to deal with Immortals in large numbers. So taking out that robotics bay may actually have been a hidden blessing for TT1. We actually even have Templar Archives, which is just now starting to go up and building some more gateways up out front. And are we going to have an attack? No, just some Vikings flying around, going to try and get some free hits off on these Colossi. And while he's going to drop the shields with that one, maybe even take it out. No, oh man, those Vikings are taking a lot of damage from those Stalkers. And he's going to get one, yep, he does get one Colossi, and he trades it for, looks like he's going to trade it for, wow, he's even going to get a second one. Whoa, that was very nice. So QXC trading, I think, 3 Vikings for 2 Colossi. That's a great trade in my book.
That is very excellent, especially since he can't reproduce them
right now. Exactly. So we just had that scout, so QXC now knows about that third base. And has he even taken, okay, yeah, he did take out his rocks over here. So he's got a good position to go for his third, and that's exactly what he's building. He's got his third built. His command center is probably going to, he might just float that over there and turn that into a planetary fortress. Looks like that's what he's going to do.
He is going for the Psy Storm, which is a scary thing for Terran.
Yeah, especially on this map. This is a really small map, and there's not too many areas where you can just run all over the place, except for like the middle of the map is a really good spot just because there's so much open area. You can kind of dodge Psy Storm a little bit better, but other than that, these bases are pretty small.
Yeah, and smartly, QXC doesn't even see the Templars at all, and he's getting Ghosts, so that's pretty smart for QXC.
Yeah, Ghosts, I think, are definitely underused unit in TVP. I just love Ghosts so much. They just those get rid of the shields is just amazing. And they do so much damage to Zealots. And we have a drop. Is that QXC getting ready for a drop? He's got 3 medevacs, and he's going to push out. I think he sees those units, the army in the middle, so he thinks it's a good time to push. And those Vikings are baiting him out, but at the same time we got the drop at the expansion of TT1. And he's going to kill a bunch of, actually going to suicide, or not suicide, take out that Nexus right now. At the same time, Marauders coming from the right. He's going to take out the other Nexus on the right.
Oh, wow.
A lot of Marauders.
Both expansions down.
Both expansions at the same time. Now regrouping those Marauders, going to try and get a ride home on those medevacs, taking out some Zealots while he can before any of the reinforcements show up. And oh man, that was a really good trade for QXC. A couple Marauders for 2 full bases that are mining. And TT1 isn't even mining at this point. Oh man, that was a great attack. He saw the army pushing out from the middle. He saw TT1's army coming out through the middle with the Vikings. He kind of baited him with the Vikings. And at the same time, he did the run the Marauders up from the right and drop the Marauders in from the left. And TT1 getting a little pissed. I think he's going in for a counterattack. He does have Storm. Wow, pulling SCVs and everything. Storm dropping down, Marauders falling back. There's one siege tank in the back, a couple Vikings, and more Storm coming from the back. And Marauders doing a very nice micro. But the SCVs up in the front trying to just hold them at bay. And wow, that was a great Storm there next to that expansion. And QXC may lose this expansion. He might have to fly that sucker away.
TT's1 base is just getting taken out by Marauders.
Oh yeah, at the same time we have this drop up here at the top QXC with another drop, and they're gonna, man, QXC's not, or TT1 isn't gonna have a Nexus in a couple minutes here. And but he's actually, nope, he's not gonna fly that away, unfortunately. Let's check the army count real quick. It looks like, wow, that's a pretty close food or cost value for both players. So armies are very similar. Food count 66 for QXC, 53 for TT1. And this may just come down to a base race, which would definitely favor QXC because he has a planetary fortress, for God's sakes.
Yeah, TT1 has 5 probes. no way to gather any more resources. So it's really just who can live the longest. Yeah,
and at this point, oh man, QXC even using those barracks to wall off. And this is the point where He's probably loving being Terran, just like so fortified. And this is, yeah, I think unless TT1 pulls off some type of miracle here and manages to kill all those SCVs with like some amazing storms, I think it's going to be QXC's game to lose here.
TT1 is taking out so many of his production buildings. It's pretty crazy.
There's a storm on all those SCVs. Oh my gosh, he lost so many. He's going to get another one. He's going to lose his planetary fortress. Oh my gosh, wow. That went perfectly for TT1, I think. He didn't lose a single High Templar, and QXC's actually falling back to base. And it's a couple Marauders trying to fight this off of those Immortals. 7 kills, 8 kills, 11 kills. Man, those Immortals are pretty beastly against just Marauders, and that's all that QXC has at this point. I mean, we can check his tech buildings. I mean, at his main, he doesn't really have anything. He flew this expansion. Over here, he dropped 3 mules, so he does have some source of income. He has 800 minerals, and he's just going to lose these High Templars of those Marauders. And, warping into a Dark Archon Blast, warping into an Archon, but it's going to die, unfortunately. And I thought TT1 was going to lose there, but man, TT1 is kind of back in it at this point. Even though he doesn't have any mining bases, he just has a really strong army.
Yeah, so these two armies, the Marauders right here, the 11 Marauders are 7 Stalkers and 3 Immortals. That's all that's in play right now.
Oh, some of those Marauders. Look at these Marauders. 10 kills, 11 kills, 7 kills, 11 kills. Man, 6 kills. Some of those Marauders are just crazy, crazy kills. But TT1 is chasing that army around like crazy. But at this point, QXC doesn't even have to fight. I mean, long game, it favors him, but he's going to turn around and fight anyway. He's focus fire and killing some of those Stalkers. He doesn't have the ability to reproduce his units, so TT1 needs to keep those units alive as long as possible.
Yeah, he traded 3 Marauders for 2 Stalkers. Those 3 Immortals can take out those Marauders so easily.
Yeah, for sure.
QXC is definitely the army versus army. The Immortals, the TT1 is just so far ahead in that.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, QXC's just trying to delay here. And he's trying to build some barracks in his base. He probably should be building a bunker at this point. Can he even make a bunker? I think he can. Does he have a barracks?
You need a...
He doesn't have a barracks. But anyway, you got to push Immortals in the front, trying to focus fire, suck up all that damage. They're doing it pretty well, but there's only like 4 Marauders left versus 4 Stalkers, and those medevacs are trying to heal. And this is not looking good for QXC. Oh wow, those Marauders actually...
Ooh, the medevac micro.
Medevac micro. Picking them up, and TT1 GGing, and then having an epileptic seizure. But wow, that was so close. If he would have lost that fight by even 1, like if he would have had just like 2 Stalkers left, he would have won the game.
Yeah, and what happened there is he had 6 SCVs that he made, and the whole time the Stalkers were hitting the SCVs while the Marauders are getting all the hits.
Yeah.
On the Immortals. And once those Immortals are down, Marauders clean up Stalkers like easy.
Yeah, pulling SCVs, like I say this like every game, like you gotta know when to pull them, know when to hold them. You know what I mean? Yeah. What's that song? It's a song, but anyways, you gotta know when to pull your harvesters to fight, and that was a time pulling your workers was like critical. I think that won him the game there at the very end.
Yep, because TT1 did not focus fired on those Marauders with his Stalkers. He was focusing the SCVs, and the SCVs won him that battle right there and won him the game.
Yeah, very, very true. That was a really good game. So I hope everybody enjoyed this. Hope everybody enjoyed this game. I'm going to cast some more games, so check my YouTube channel for that, youtube.com/EonShiKeno. Subscribe and comment and all that good stuff. I'll see everybody later.